Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for clicking on this video. As you guys saw in the title, we are going to be reviewing the Bondi Sands tanning foam, and as you can see, I'm very pale. This is my natural color. Here in America, in San Francisco, we are in our summer right now, but since I've been here, which is probably about 6 years, I've stopped tanning. I've stopped going in the sun. I have European skin, so I'm very fair, and as you can see, I'm not sure if you can see, this side of my arm is a little bit darker just because of the sun when it hits it, and I get a lot of freckles. And since being here, I've learned a lot about skincare and about using sunblock, which I didn't use in the beginning. I used to actually, back home in South Africa, I used to put baby oil on my skin and lay out in the sun and get super burnt just so that I could look tan the next day. So that is a huge no-no. So I'm really taking care of my skin now, and for aging purposes as well. On my face, I use a very strong SPF on my face. I do have a little bit of makeup on just for filming purposes. I don't feel comfortable wearing no makeup, and I'm actually surprised that I'm getting on camera with my bare skin, because sometimes I feel a little bit self-conscious about it, but anyway, so I'm here. So let's get into the video, what you guys are waiting for. Okay, so I used to use Bali Body. So this is Bali Body, is the brand that I used before this. So I'm trying out some tanners. So I use Bali Body. Loved Bali Body. The only thing I found with Bali Body is that when I would put it on at nighttime and go to bed, it would stink, like really bad, and it doesn't have any coconut scent or anything. It just says that it's streak free, but it doesn't have any claims of it not smelling. So for me, it really smelled, and it actually would wake me up. So I barely got any sleep with that. And I know you would think, okay, put it on in the morning and then wear it throughout the day. Most of the time, I can't do that because the days that I need to tan is usually the days that I'll be working. So I would rather just wait until the evening after shower and then put it on and then sleep with it in and then shower the next morning and then get ready for work. So I'm not doing a review on this. I just wanted to make mention what I used before. If you've seen me in my other vlogs looking a little tan, that's why. But in today's video, I got this in the mail yesterday, which I'm so excited about. This is the bundle deal that I got from Bali Body. I will leave the bundle deal down below. You can see on their website if you would like to purchase anything separately, because these do come separately. But if you buy the bundle deal, which I did, I believe I paid $60 for this bundle deal. And that means that you actually pay like 40% less than you would buying each one separately. So I wanted to treat myself. So anyway, let's get into what I got in this box. Okay, so the first one we've got here is called the Self Tanning Foam in Dark, and this scent is coconut. So I'm very excited to see what this smells like, and hopefully it doesn't smell and keep me up at night. This is the Self Tanning Foam Dark, so it's just basically the foam, and it's in their dark color range, and it's a full size. Then I got their newest one, which I'm very excited about, is their Aero Self Tanning Foam in Ultra Dark. So I think usually what people say is that they like to put, with the normal one, they like to put one layer on and then they wait like a few minutes later till it's pretty dried down and they put another layer on. So I was very excited when they came out with this ultra dark, the Aero one. Apparently the foam is supposed to be lighter and more comfortable and more spreadable, and you don't have to put a second layer on to get really dark, because it is ultra dark. And then in the box here we've got their self tanning foam, their regular one in dark, in a small version. This is just a sample size that they gave me for free, which is great. So when you buy the bundle deal, you get a free sample, and then there's like another bundle deal that you can get, or if you spend a certain amount of money, you get a free tanning mitt. So just look on the website if you're interested. But this is really great that I got this, so that one day when we book our next holiday to go away, I have a little travel size, which is great. Okay, and then the next one is their body wash. So this is a coconut scented body wash, which I thought was so interesting because it has pH balancing. So usually when you put tan on and then you go into the shower, I use like the Dove or Nivea one, and usually they have like a strong scent to it, and maybe the chemicals are just stronger, where it like can wash most of your tan off if you're showering all the time. Obviously when you shower, it just comes off more. So I guess what they were saying here is the Bondi Sands body wash has been carefully formulated to be self-tan friendly. Our pH balanced formulation generally cleanses the skin and helps to prolong the life of your tan. So I thought this was so interesting because it makes sense that this would help prolong the life of your tan, because it doesn't have all those strong chemicals and scents in it like the ones that we usually use. Love that. So I'll only use this when I have the Bondi Sands tan on. And then second to last, we have the Everyday Gradual Tanning Milk. I thought it was cool because you can use the self tanner foam, and then to prolong this life, because usually I guess because I shower often, it only lasts up to maybe a week at the most. So I thought it was cool that you could put this on, and then when you cream your body, you could just use the gradual tanning milk, so it helps prolong your tan even more. So it adds a layer of like thin tan to the top. So I'm very interested to see how that works. And then lastly in the box, we have the reusable self-tanning application mitt, which I thought was really cool. I already have one in the Bali body that bundle that I got, but see, these ones are different, I believe. Let's see when I open this. Ooh, it feels very nice and soft. Okay, so this is the Bondi Sands one. It's just a single mitt like that, and then in the Bali body, if you can see, it has like a thumb hole like that. So I'm interested to see how the application is with this, but I kind of like this one better just because it seems more, the Bondi Sands one seems more smaller and compact. So like I don't have to have tan on a thumb and then tan here, and then like, you know, when you move it, I feel like this would be a lot easier to use. So very interested to see how that works. And that was the last thing in the bundle kit. So that's what I got from Bondi Sands, but I wanted to mention a few other goodies that are useful for when you're tanning and why. Okay, so first of all, I have this here. This is the body exfoliator. So you could use any body exfoliator, but what is good about this is when you're in the shower, once you have washed your body with your body wash, it's great to go in with this body exfoliator before or after, just so that it can pull off any dead skin that you have, because when you tan and use any one of these self tanners, it usually clings to your dry areas, and then when you're done with it, you can see it looks very patchy, because I've done that before. And then this will just pull off any dead skin. Use this over your entire body and try to focus on places that usually get very dry, which is like your elbows, your knees, your ankles, where else? Yeah, so everywhere, but just mainly focus on those spots as well, don't forget. And then you could use any cream. I use this one, CeraVe. This one is so that when you get out of the shower, you dry yourself, and then you put this on the spots that are very dry and where self-tan usually clings to your body. So usually you would put this in your hands like this, on top of your hands, where it clings to your knuckles. It clings to these parts of your body over here, your knees, where else, your ankles, around your feet where it's dry. You put that on before you put on your tan. Don't put this all over your body, because then your tan is not going to adhere to your skin. This is just so that when it goes on the areas that are usually always so dry, it doesn't cling so much, and you don't have like dry patches on your body. And then the last thing is very optional. This is a makeup brush that you can get anywhere. I mean, I know they're inexpensive, like if Elf sells them, the brand, I'm not sure what brand this is and where I got it from, but usually I like to use this when I put on a little bit of, when I'm tanning my whole body, and then I put a little pump on here, and then I like to smush it in between my fingers so I can get in between there like that, and around here, and I like to put it around my neck like this, and put it around at the back here. Also, when you want to do your feet, this is great for like getting in between your toes. I mean, you can use the tanning mint. The tanning mint does it just fine. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just saw someone on YouTube use this, and she said it makes your tan look a lot better in the hard to reach areas. Because you got to be very careful with your hands and feet. Usually your hands are the first thing people are gonna see and look at, so you don't want that to be patchy and miss some spots. So I just found that it was just easier to use this, I guess, but this is just optional. But definitely invest in a nice body scrub, any cream for your dry areas, and then I will be showing you how I use this. So let me prop the camera up and stand up, and let me show you how I put on the Bondi Sands and what it looks like. Okay guys, so I've propped the camera up. So the first thing you want to do is definitely tie up your hair so it is out from around your neck. It's not touching your neck. That's why I put it in this little bun thingy, and it just sticks up. And I always tend to now use the silk ponytails, just so that it helps with less breakage in your hair. Okay, so the first step is I've already showered. I've already exfoliated my body, and I've waited, because usually my showers are quite warm. You want to wait a few minutes, because when your pores open, apparently it's not good. That's just what I've heard quite a few times. So then the next step for me is I'm going to take my CeraVe cream, and I'm going to cream my body. So remember I told you those areas that get very dry, you want to put a little bit of cream on. So you rub it in your hands like that, then you rub it in your elbows like that, and then you want to rub in this elbow where it gets dry, and then you want to rub it in your wrists like that, and you're on top of your hands as well, in between your fingers. Oh, another thing is you want to take your jewelry off, take your rings off for a bit, because when you put it on, I find always when my ring moves, you know, it's like this white patch there, and you don't want people to be staring at your hands and that looks all patchy. So let me just put my rings there. Okay, so you've rubbed it in your fingers like that on top, around your wrists. Now I'm just going to get a little bit more in my hands like that, and I'm going to be rubbing my knees, and then rub my other knee, because that's where it gets dry. And then you want to rub your feet, and you want to rub it in your ankles as well. I need a little bit more. Oopsie. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you can, I'm not going to show you my feet. I need to do my toenails again, which I'll do tonight, is to get the tan and your Bondi Sands mitt. And when I was looking at the mitt, it actually has this like little hook on it, which is so useful, because when you wash it, like you can wash in the sink, but I tend to just wash it in the shower while I'm showering. And then this can just go on your little hook that you have in the shower that holds your shampoos and stuff, if you have one. And I thought that was so cool, because it can just drip dry. Where the other one from Bali body is it doesn't have this, so when I wash it and then go to dry it, I have to put it over like a shampoo bottle so it stands up like this and dries, because it doesn't have this. So I thought that was really cool. Okay, so the first thing is I'm gonna get my tanning. This is the aerated self-tanning foam in ultra dark. This is the new one that I was telling you about that I'm very excited for. I'm just shaking it so it's all mixed in, and then here, let me put it on like this for you. Wow, that actually looks very cool. Just puffs up a little bit. Okay, so I've never used this before, so I'm gonna use a little bit in the beginning. Let's use on this hand. So usually you would do this either in your underwear or, you know, naked. I would do that, but for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna do one arm and one leg and then show you the difference between the arm and leg. And then off camera I'm gonna do my whole body, and then I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. So let's get started. So here it is. What I've learned is, because the top of my arm is darker than the underneath, as you can see, look, here's the underneath of my arm, very pale, and then the top is a lot darker. So I tend to put the tan there first, because that's where the most of the tan is gonna go when is your first application. So you just want to put on like that and then push it upwards. Wow. Oh, I can definitely smell the coconut, which is actually a very pleasant smell, which is so nice. Okay, and that applied very smoothly actually. Yep. I don't want to go onto the hand too much, but I need to put some more. Let's put a little bit more here than I did before. Put that there, and then you want to go all the way under here where the most of the tan is. It smells so nice actually. The other one didn't smell at first, it doesn't smell like anything, but then as it like progresses it starts to smell pretty bad. But this one smells exactly like coconut cream. It smells really, really good, and it's applying so smoothly. I just don't know how much to put, because I haven't done this before, so I don't know if I should put a lot or a little. But you can see there, oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. I mean, I haven't done the back here yet. I still need to put a little bit more. Let me do that now, because I'll do the rest of my body off camera, so don't worry if it looks like I'm missing spots. Oh, let's get behind here. Make sure you rub it in pretty quickly. You don't want to let it sit for too long in case it doesn't want to move around. Okay, and then I'm taking whatever's left on my mitt and rubbing it into my hands on the top here so that there's not too much. I'm just going to use the mitt rather than using my little brush I showed you earlier. You want to grab your fingers like that, like grab your fingers with the rest of the tan, rub it in everywhere, make sure it's all smooth. Wow, that smells so good. Look at the difference, see? And it's only gonna get darker as the tan progresses throughout the day. And the longer you leave it, the darker the tan is, and the longer it actually stays on. So okay, so that is my arm done, like here. Let me do one leg so you can see my legs are very, very pale. So let me tilt the camera down so you can see my legs, and I'll do one and then you can see the difference. Okay, so I've tilted the camera down a little bit, so hopefully you guys can see I'm very, very fair compared to this arm. I think my stomach is the lightest part of my body. It never sees the sun. But anyway, okay, so we're gonna do this leg here. So I'm gonna shake it up a little bit. I'm gonna put this much on. I'm putting a little bit more on because the leg is a lot bigger. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some brush strokes up. Hopefully you guys can see, like that. Smells so good. I really can't get over the scent. It smells really, really good. Okay, I've done the bottom half of my leg, that's all in. Now I'm gonna do the top of my leg, like that. And then for your foot, you want to take whatever's left on the mitt. Let me hold on to the wall here. And then you want to rub it into your foot. Okay, so that is what it's looking like. It looks like right now, which is kind of crazy. I love the color. I love that it's not like an orange color. Yeah, I absolutely love the color so far. So I think what I'm going to do now is I am going to, you know, go ahead and take off everything. I'm going to put the tan on, and then I'm going to check in with you guys tomorrow, once I've slept with it in, and once I've washed it off, and then you guys will see a fully tanned body. But this is what the difference looks like. How crazy. And it gets darker and darker the longer you leave it on, so I'm very excited to see what it looks like. And I love the scent of coconut, so it smells really good. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Okay, so it is now the next morning, and I did say to you that I was gonna sleep in it and tell you my thoughts on it, but yesterday when I filmed the first part of this video, it was around 11 a.m. and I didn't have work that day. It was my day off. I just had some emailing and some things to do on the computer, so I left it on until about, I want to say 8:30 or 9 p.m. so I had it on for like maybe 9 to 10 hours, and because it was so hot yesterday, our apartment was very hot as well, so I started getting like a little bit sweaty and sticky under my arms, and I really don't like that feeling getting into bed. So I showered last night and I used the Bondi Sands coconut body wash, the pH balancing one I showed you guys yesterday. Absolutely love that. It smells beautiful like coconuts. It was like a thick lather, and it, as you can see, it didn't take a lot off. I look very natural, as you can see here on my chest and my back, and my legs. I do have a full face of makeup on just because I'm having to head out to the job site of my project. You guys would have seen that in the previous vlog, the one before this one. If you haven't already, I'll link it down below in my description box if you want to go check it out. So yeah, so I washed my body with the Bondi Sands. I got out, and then I started putting on the Gradual Milk Tan, but honestly it smells more like a tan rather than a coconut cream. So I would definitely recommend you use, after the shower, use a normal cream, the one that doesn't have scent or can have like any scent you want, and then I recommend you use that Gradual Milk Tan cream in the morning before you head out, just because, see, I put it on this morning and I can smell tan, so at least when you put your clothes on top of it, and it won't rub off into your clothing and mark your clothing. It's more like a cream, so it goes into your body, but at least you can put your clothing on top of it, and then you can put some roll-on or underarm deodorant and some perfume, so you can, it doesn't stink, but I can definitely smell it. So I wouldn't put the Gradual cream on at nighttime, just during the day. But I highly recommend buying the whole package just because it's $60. You get 40% off, because if you bought every single one separately, it would be a lot more. But if I had to name 2 or 3 things from the bundle that I would highly recommend, would be 100% the aerated tan in ultra dark. This is the one I use because it's absolutely beautiful. As you can see, it's more of a natural tan. And if you would like to go darker than what I've got on right now, you should definitely put a lot more on. I think yesterday I was just really scared because it said ultra dark and I've never used this before, and I was just scared that it would look too dark and unnatural, like too unnatural. I mean, it's gonna look unnatural because I'm so fair, and you can see it's probably tan maybe. Some people can tell, but I was just scared it was going to look too dark, so that's why I didn't put a lot on. But I think my next time, in about a week's time, hopefully this lasts a little bit longer with this gradual milk and the body wash, but I'm going to definitely put a little bit more on next time to go a little bit darker just to see. And then I'll definitely recommend this everyday gradual tanning milk, because like I said, you do need a cream to put on your body after shower or in the morning, so nothing cracks and it doesn't fade, and at least this one will give you a slight color as well. And then lastly, I would highly recommend getting their tanning mitt. I definitely preferred this mitt over the Barley Body mitt, just because it's a lot smaller and it holds your hand better, where that one would always slide around. My hand would slide around inside of it. And I love the fact that it has this little hook, so I washed it and I just hung it there and it dried perfectly fine. But yeah guys, so I think this is the end. Hopefully I gave you all the tips and I didn't leave anything out. If you guys have any questions about the process before or during or after, just any questions you have that I might have missed answering, then definitely leave them in the comments down below and I'll be sure to get back to you. But yeah, overall I love Bondi Sands and I think I'm going to keep using them, and I think this, honestly, I think this is my favorite one. I do prefer the Bondi Sands over the Barley Body. It looks way more natural. So yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed this review. This is my first review, so this is kind of fun to do, and you know, I always love putting a tan on and trying new products, and I thought it would be great to try in front of the camera. So if you guys please would subscribe to my channel down below, the little red icon, and give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys on the next one. Adios.